All right, everybody, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. We now have a local copy of the server files for Project Ozone 3. So we spent like the latter half of the last live stream trying to recreate our base in a single player environment. It was kind of a waste of time. They posted up the files, I was able to download it, and we now have the server, like our base that we've been playing for the last 20 some odd live streams here on a local save. So you can see above my head over here, the overall tick time, the TPS, everything is steady. I've unchunk loaded everybody else's base, pretty much wiped out all the other dimensions, pruned all the chunks. So like going back to the nether, we don't have our little, I guess we had like a cobblestone box or whatever to protect a portal. That's all gone now. We don't have the embers machine all the way down at bedrock there as well. Other than that, pretty much everything's the same though, so it's pretty good. So yeah, welcome everybody to the live stream. Hello Pexon, Tungi, Cruel Fairy, Silent Crimes, Zenicron, Ollie, Icy, Pinchy, Fearless, Nighthawk, hello, RDM, Vault Bat, God of Destruction. Yes, I went. It was weird too because like I downloaded it and I deleted like all of the chunks everywhere except for my base, including all the other dimensions, the places that I've never been. We deleted all that stuff, and I loaded it up, and it was still laggy. I don't understand. If it's loading chunks and there's nothing in those chunks, why is it still laggy? I don't get it. So anyway, I ended up unchunk loading everybody's base except for our base here, and then things are just fine. So I don't know, it's weird. There's something more about it that I don't quite understand, but we're able to continue testing without much more issues. No more like rubber banding as we're flying around and all that stuff. So I'm very pleased about it. Hello Angel Maker. Didn't you leave the digital mine in the deep dark? You know what, that's fine. If we have to remake or spawn in a few items, whatever, we now have the ability to do such things because I'm single player and I have cheats turned on because reasons. Yeah, I don't even know, like the deep dark's gonna be regenerated as soon as I go there, I'm pretty sure. Let's pop over there real quick, regenerate that. Turn the game sounds on. So I don't need your command with the 10-10-10 seed fix. Not right now, no. Because we should have everything exactly as it was on the server. I did see that tweet though, and that seemed pretty cool. Thank you for researching that. Yeah, so we don't have our digital miner area. That's all gone now. I could have left all the other dimensions the way they were. I just figured, you know what? Let's just get rid of everybody else's stuff, and we'll just do this all fresh. Am I the only one switching single player? Do you know if others are doing the same? I think, what's his name? Stomp the Bean? Yeah, Stomp the Bean. And I think Jester said that he wanted to, but I'm not sure if he's going to. So, I don't know. But it's not like it really matters though, because we don't interact with each other much on the server anyway. It's like we're all playing single player, but on a server. So, whatever. I'm late as always. No, you're late. So yeah, we still have all of our 10-10 seeds, like everything else that we did. Wait, did I just see one that wasn't 10? What is this? Why do we have redstone seeds that are 10-10-8? What? We're gonna fix this right now because it's gonna bother me. Why are these not 10-10-10? Oh, I can place crop sticks without the lag. Oh, what am I doing? I forgot how to do this. Ah! Hot 10-10-10ing action. Hey, we got 10-10-9. Yeah, everything that we had on the server is now in a single player world. I've pretty much gotten rid of all the extra chunk loading and everybody else's chunks and all that kind of stuff, and we now have a steady 20 TPS. We don't have to worry about things. But yeah, we have all the stuff. We didn't lose any progress. All the quests are still here that we've completed. Like, everything is the same, so we are good to go. Did I use MC Edit? No. Nope, I just deleted all the region files that weren't mine. Oh yeah, there's our 10-10-10. Better. Did you see? Yeah, redstone seeds 10-10-10. Okay. There's a lot of like extra information there. It's hard for me to like figure out what it was trying to tell me. I think I want to do F3H thing. Get rid of the advanced tooltip so I don't get confused on that in the future. All right, so now. So basically it's playable now, but not for long. What do you mean not for long? Forthy says, hey, want a 10K donation? Just kidding. Wow, that was really, really funny. Congratulations on that. So where were we at? We were still in the process of trying to make the different armor, right? Let's claim this one. What was this one? All right, so our next one was Abyssal Knight armor, right? So we had to get into Abyssalcraft. Did we find out where the Abyssalcraft stuff was? What is this stuff here? Oh, yeah, Abyssalcraft's right here. So we need to do the Necronomicon. All right. Necronomicon. So we need Dole crystals from Lordcraft. Do we have that stuff in the system? We have some of them. How do we make a Dole crystal? So that's simple crystal with obsidian. Wait, what? Requires dark research. Did I not do dark research? Now I can fix my goblin trophy quest? Yeah, I suppose I can. I can just go ahead and claim it or whatever. Mark it as done. Have I ever played Pixelmon? I have never played Pixelmon. Mr. Dark says, so nice to finally catch a stream live. Been binge watching all 22 days that uploaded on YouTube. So just so that I can watch here all up to date. Awesome. Glad you've been checking out the YouTube. Yeah, we have to do it on this thing. That's right. I forgot. We had to do it on that specific thing. So are we able to make this now? Oops. Whoops. All right, so there's a Necronomicon. So now that we have this, put that away too. That away. Okay. I made the advancement Abyssalcraft. The overworld progression. I remember you have to do like cobblestone and then click it with a thing to turn it into a thing and do stuff. Let's go to the quest book here and see what it says. So yeah, we found Corallium in the Twilight. Shadow mobs. So we have to go to like that dimension, I think. Abyssal Knight ore, Corallium pearl, staff of rending. I think this is what we need. Charge up by clicking on mobs. Some mobs need to be targeted by the head. So Staff of Rending requires Shadow Gems and Shard of Oblivion. I don't think... Oh, we do have Shadow Gems. I didn't think we had them. So are these now... Oh, they're still called Lorem Ipsum. It's weird. Have I ever had a 10K donation by anyone before? I've actually had a 100K donation by somebody before. Shard of Oblivion, Transmutation Gem. Okay, so yeah, we have to do the ritual before we can even do this. So in the book here somewhere, it says how to do this. Was it under ritual? Progression? In order to reach the Abyssal Wasteland, one must craft a gateway key, which requires one to travel to the Nether and visit the Dark Lands and a water-based biome, swamp or ocean. From the Nether, you need 2 blaze rods and probably a few more for later. Darklands biome, you need to slay living shadows to finally obtain shadow gems. We got those. From the water-based biome, you need corallium gems. We got those from the Twilight. You can create the transmutation gem through an infusion ritual found in the ritual section. Okay, so we need to go to the ritual. Whoops, we need to go to the ritual section. Is it under progression, the ritual section? No. So where's... Man, this book is confusing. I've done this before, but... got the server running correctly, did they? No. We have downloaded the server into a single player environment, and pretty much everybody else's stuff is turned off. I gotta remember where this stuff is. I know it was kind of like hard to find originally. So this is the section we have unlocked, is the overworld, and I thought that the rituals would be here. Special materials. That's all not researched yet. So progression. Okay, maybe I didn't read this all the way. When you have 4 shards of oblivion, okay, so we need the recipe for shard of oblivion can be found in the special. Okay, so we need a shard of oblivion. I guess that's what I'm missing here. Shard of oblivion. Gateway key. Shard of oblivion. So we need a transmutation gem, which requires us to do this. I can't figure out where... How can one run a server wrongly? By not providing enough server resources or allowing people to chunk load too many things or whatever. Dig, because that's a lot more work. So you are effectively still on server, just no other players. Well, we're in the same save file in a single player environment. So like everything that we had is still here, like our mob farm and all of our stuff, right? All of our crappy applied energistics stuff. Like it's all still here. Everything that we've done in the live streams for the last... The material section? Maybe. I don't know. This book is like... I feel like it's complicated. I would have thought it was under progression, entities. And that's all like, you can't read it. Special materials. So we've seen all that and then we can't read any further. Great old ones. Abyssalcraft. So this is the thing that we need to set up right here. Do I have to shift? Do I have to like shift right click this book or something? It says I'm the owner. Miscellaneous information. Forbidden knowledge. Oh, there's another. I was too far. I never went all the way back. That's the problem. Information. Materials. Okay. Getting started. This is what we need. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. So it just got to be cobblestone in that pattern. Okay. Do we have a spot that I can do this? We should probably make like another area specifically for that. I mean, I guess we could also do it just up here. Then we could do it in the middle here. We'll do it right here in the middle. Is this the middle? That's 11, and this is 11. Yep, that is the middle. Okay. So 2 blocks away, or 2 blocks of space. Kitty keeps rubbing up on me. That cat is beautiful, thank you. He's got like a super puffy tail. It's super puffy. I think I forgot to give him some extra dry food, and that's why he's all up in here like being super attention, super needy. All right, I'm gonna set you down. Hopefully I'll calm down for a few minutes. I'll probably have to go get him some dry food here in a little bit. All right, so I think you click that with the Necronomicon. Shift right click it. You have a cat that looks just like him, but black love long hair cats, except how much they shed. Well, it is what it is. You can't have an awesome cat that looks like that unless you deal with the consequences. Hello, Clean Basalt. Did I see that you resubbed to the channel? Clean Basalt? Not like, I think after the stream yesterday? Yes, you did. I'm gonna call it out now. Clean Basalt resubbed to the channel for 8 months in a row with a tier 3 hip sellout sub. Thank you, Clean Basalt. For the 8 months of continued support and for that tier 3 hip sellout resub. House is covered in cat hair. You have 4? Yeah, that happens. That's for sure. All right, so now we can get back to not rituals. We want to go forbidden knowledge, the overworld progression, wasn't it? No, we had to do... Not that. Materials, maybe? Oh boy. I think we needed to make this is what we were looking for. So we had to make a shard of oblivion, which requires us to have transmutation gem. So we need a corallium pearl, which means we need corallium infused stone, which means we need all this. So how much corallium? We don't have enough. Nowhere near enough. So we need to go take our digital miner. Actually, we need to get a digital miner, then take it to the Twilight and then mine for it. Scorpiot just resubbed the channel for 6 months in a row. Score, welcome back. Thank you for the 6 months of support. I do appreciate that. Another month sub to Hypno, another meal Max can eat, enjoying all the content. Thank you. Well, thank you. Glad you've been enjoying it. Hey, Prodigy. Okay, so we have a blood moon right now. The tick time has gone up, but it's still a reasonable tick time. Okay. Okay, we're fine. So let's see. We need to go get ourselves a digital miner again, because we had one and it's gone. I could just cheat it in and get us back to where we were. In fact, I'm just gonna do that. Let's just cheat that in. We had one, it was in a dimension that I deleted, and now we don't have one. So now we have one again. Speed, did we not make speed upgrades? Okay, hold on a second. Max speed, please. I guess we never did that. So osmium dust. Didn't I have that on craft? I guess I never did. All right. Osmium. I guess we should do that. I was gonna just do it manually and not worry about it, but let's make these things happen. So we need a processing pattern, one of those. Osmium equals one of those, and that can go into our pulverizer. Okay, and then we're gonna need gold, same thing. Oh man! I Love Tea coming in with 5,012 bits! I Love Tea, thank you so much for the 5,012 bits. Goodness, Purple Cup Hype. Purple Cup Hype. Thank you so much. That's a lot of bits. That's a lot of bits. Gold. Pulverizer. Do. Ah. Enrich. Okay, come on now. I know we had. Did we not have these mechanism machines hooked up to auto do stuff? Did I never get that far? I guess we never did that. All right, we're gonna make, I don't know, like not that many, like 6 more interfaces. Yeah, the purple cup definitely looks good. You can hear when Max comes in here, he like rubs up against the microphone stands and makes like a couple thump sounds. What? Yeah? I think he wants his dry food. I should go do that for him real quick before he like freaks out and plots my death. We need AE over here as well, which we never ran over here. I know. Okay, I gotta do it now. He's freaking out. And he's too adorable for me to ignore. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Angel Maker, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Nice sploosh. You get those purple muxies moving. Yeah, just give me just like a minute or two. Be right back. All right. Max had to feed. So this I'm gonna change up a little bit. Hello, Esty. P2P, 2P. Okay, so that's gonna go there. This needs to be rearranged just a little bit. It's gonna drop down like so. This is gonna get removed. Okay, and these need to be changed. Oop. Don't we have Fluix? Didn't we make Fluix seeds? I'm confused right now. I'm almost positive we had made these. What does the quest book say? It was tier 4, right? Yeah, Fluix right here. No, that's Flux. Fluix right here. So where's my Fluix seed? This is local. Ah, that's the problem here. All right, so I wanted to make, we had these already. Let's grab P2Ps as well. Oh, I have those in my inventory, all right. I love T dropping more bits, new batch time. I love T, thank you for the bits. We're gonna have to ask you to take off the weekly thing so we can see what your badge is. Oh, you know what? I didn't grab a memory card, did I? Crap. Crap, crap, crap. I undo this again. There it is. All right, so we want the P2P tunnel here, and then we want this right here. Perfect. Okay, so I need to designate a P2P for that one. Let's just use this one here. Why don't I have tooltips on my screen? That's better. Why that was turned off, I have no idea. I have no idea. So we're gonna copy these settings and then we're gonna pasta them here. Hello, Graham Crackalacka. Yeah, I love tea. We can't see what your... Oh, there it is. There it is. You got yourself the orange badge. Thank you so much for your support. There it is. There's a sellout. The 50,000 bid badge. That's so crazy. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it. So this should all be working. It is. So we need this guy down here to be something. I guess we'll grab this one here. Okay, so now we have that set up. We'll put that here, and then we can just run some cabling or whatever. Am I doing this right? Should I not just bring the P2P all the way over here and then have that set up? Yeah, maybe we're doing this wrong. Let's redo this a little bit. I'll run the P2P all the way down the center here. My goodness, there we go. Kind of. Yeah, we'll do it this way. This way we have more access to more channels without having to run cables everywhere. So then we do that guy there, this guy here. Do, do, do. And then we just need to hit that with the memory card. There we go. So input, output, we're gonna have on the back of the machines. Yeah, output on the back. Input, output. Input, output. Input, output, and this one is the basic infusing factory. I don't think we're really gonna hook this one up yet. Like, we're kind of setting this thing up to be automatic right now, but I think we're gonna be redoing all this mechanism stuff at some point in the future here. Need more of this conduit, I think. So that's it to insert. Always active, always active, always active, always active, and always active. Okay. So we can do the same thing on this machine here. We can extract out of this, but we need to get ourselves a ME conduit. Does anyone know when Project Ozone 3 will be publicly released? Yes, after it's done being tested, most likely. Most likely. A couple of those. Guess I can just do it this way, huh? And this will be oops, always active. Okay. So anything we put on those machines should automatically get extracted back into the ME network. We are good to go on that. Awesome. So now we can set up simple recipes here for like, well, I guess the infusing thing, we never had this thing specifically set up for redstone. So I guess that's why we didn't do that. Well, we got the framework laid out here, so we can do that in the future. Speed upgrade. Okay, so we need redstone, the compressed redstone, which we don't have. So let's grab some of these. And we'll put that into the enriching. This one. Yeah, those are being extracted out. Good. So redstone, we want some of these. Let's do 8. And then we can do 8 or a stack of iron. Just telling the truth? What do you mean just telling the truth? You mean when the truth when it's going to be released? I can't do that. I am under an NDA. I'm contractually obligated to not disclose the release date of Project Ozone 3. Or maybe I just don't know when it is. One of those two things. Quite possibly. Speed upgrade. Ah. Why are we missing one? Oh, did I put... No, I didn't put back in the system. I put in 8 of the things. What? NDA sounds cooler. All right, and then we want energy upgrade. There's 8 of those. I think that's all we really need for this guy. Oh wait, I can just... Oh, you can't do it on this machine. Can you? No, you have to feed those in. It must be done soon. OG is going to start testing Titan mode this week. Ooh. Well, hopefully we can get most of the bugs resolved from like the base version, because I'm sure that's going to affect most of the packs anyway, regardless of the modes. Was I able to import the progress in the quest book over to a single player world? Yeah. So we have not lost any progress. Like all the stuff that we've done is still done. Yeah, we have everything still here. All right, so we need another vibrant capacitor bank since that's another item that got lost. And then specter coils. All right, so we have all this. We need to go to the Twilight and get more of the Corallium. Oh, here's another good thing. Now that we're in single player and all the other worlds are unloaded, or all the other bases, like, we will actually be able to start getting animals spawning again. I don't know who had animals like all over their base before, preventing other people from getting them, but that was a thing. Less lag as well. That was a whole deal. Like, the lag we were experiencing yesterday was just absolutely ridiculous. Like, we would go fly 30 blocks and get rubber banded back 15 over and over and over all day. Well, it's interesting that it put me here. Well, we gotta mark this portal because I don't think we have these marks still. Portal. Yeah, so I redid the Twilight. All of our stuff that we had here, like all the dungeons we explored, whatever, those are all wiped out. But our progression is still here. So anyway, we're trying to find Corallium. I need to set this guy down somewhere. How about over here? How about right? Yeah. All right, so we want to configure. We want to set this thing to a radius of 32. Minimum, maximum. We're at 48 right now. This is probably gonna be close to the, yeah, let's just do 64. New filter or dictionary or save. And I guess we want a silk touch. Start. Okay, so it doesn't find any here. I know the fire swamp, there was some, because that's where we found it. So we need to make ourselves a new map, or maybe. Does this one still work here, even though like things have been redone? Am I even in the same location? I don't see my player anywhere on this map. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So let's go over to the Hydra. It should be over here somewhere. Yeah, I was all in like the white area. I couldn't see the white on white. So this is gonna be laggy because it's regenerating all these chunks, even though like we've been here before. The Hydra is probably gonna be there again as well. You didn't see the cursor on the map? Yeah, I didn't see it either. There's a bit on the bottom of your jar that looks like it's freaking out. Yeah, there's like a couple bits there that are kind of freaking out a little bit, aren't they? That kind of happens. It's fine. It's fine. Let's do it right here. Okay, so start. So it's finding some. It's probably finding more as more chunks are loading in. You love the bit jar of physics. It is kind of funny how it does that, though. I agree. Hello, number 7. Does a digital miner have a modified range in this pack? As far as I know, it only goes up to 32 away. Hello, Enid. It can't be 32 chunks. That's what I questioned the last time we talked about that. It's 32 blocks. It makes the radius 32 blocks away, so it's like 64 block diameter, I believe. 32 chunks, 32 times 16, that's a pretty big distance away. There is no cheaty wand of cheatiness in this mod pack, not that I'm aware of. Nope. Hopefully after this is done, we won't have to worry about Corallium, at least for a very long time. It's all Y values still, right? You can put in the Y value from 0 to whatever, right? We did that. I put it up to 64. Probably doesn't need to be all the way up to 64, but it seems to be working just fine here. It does have the imaginary time block. Yes, that is in this mod pack. There might be a time pedestal in here, but there is not the watch of flowing time, if that's what you're talking about. All right, let's call that good. Now, do I have the /home command working? Probably not. I think I need to, well, actually I might. Yeah, /home works. And since I am op on this, on the single player, it doesn't make me wait 5 seconds, which I guess is kind of cheaty, but who cares? Who really cares? Map can come off there. Put these away. That away. That away. Okay, so we have Fortune 3 pick. Yep, let's do that. Wand. Did we never make an unbreakable wand? Or is it in this thing? Guess we never made an unbreakable wand. Alright, that's fine. Trying to figure out where I want to place these blocks here. So over here is fine. All right. That is a lot of stuff. Where'd the rest of the items go? Did they get deleted somehow? Oh, do I have the magnet thing in this? Oh, I do. It seems awfully weird that we got exactly 64. Oh no, I guess this one's only up to 16. Okay. I thought we had deleted some by doing that, but I guess not. All right, so now that we have that done, we can get back to the Abyssalcraft thing. Oh no, we want to do the Staff of Rending. This thing. So Shard of Oblivion. All right, so we need the Corallium Pearl. So we need Corallium infused stone. Corallium gem clusters. All right. And stone. Wait, what was it? Was it that wrapped around stone, or stone wrapped around that? That's what it was. Okay. We have to go schmelterize this. Aha. Billy Vanilli just resubbed the channel for 9 months in a row. Billy Vanilli, welcome back. Thank you for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Thanks for using your Twitch Prime. The corallium infused stone acts as an ore so you can fortune it. Oh, is that true? Would I get that back then if I do that? I don't know if I've ever messed with it that extensively. Let's see what happens. Are you sure you can fortune it? Corallium pearl. All right, so that one's done. Did I get everything sorted? Yeah, we downloaded a copy of the world, so we have that. Oh, we need probably all of these things in my inventory here. Getting started on rituals. Look in the getting started section of the Necronomicon. Okay, so I guess we should have done that. So transmutation gem, that's our next step here. So we have the pearl. No, I can't remember the rest. So 2 diamonds, 2 ender pearls, and 4 blaze powder. All right. Now we don't have a Necronomicon filled with PE, and I think that's another thing we might have to do before we can do this. Yeah, Abyssalcraft. Does it say in here under the rituals section? Getting started. Place object in the pistol and shift right click them with the altar with the Necronomicon. Potential energy is required in order to perform rituals. Each ritual entry shows how much you need. So does that say how much we need for this thing? It does require 300 PE. How do you charge up PE? I remember we had to get like different of the ritual heads or whatever, but how can we do that on this server? Yeah, but how do you get those statues on the server? Like on this world, I mean. It's after the Shoggoth biomass? Oh, yeah. Okay. So how do we get the Shoggoth biomass? Oh. Okay. I think this is new. I don't remember ever having to do this before. Is this Shoggoth biomass which spawns in Shoggoths? Is this the spawner? Then we'll have to like contain them so they can erect their monuments or whatever. That might be what it is. Use to spawn the lesser Shoggoths. Have lesser Shoggoths move around and they'll start constructing monoliths with statues atop of them. So we kind of want to build ourselves like a little area to put these things in so they don't go crazy and they don't like escape us. Those names? What names? Oh, these names here? Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to build a few more of these Shoggoth things because I don't know how much each one spawns. Okay, we got a bunch of that. Let's grab some kind of building material. How about cobblestone? Okay, wand. And we'll probably want to do this in another dimension, I think, because I don't think other dimensions are affected by the blood moon. It's only the overworld. So maybe we can go do that in the Twilight. I don't think I've seen Shoggoth pits in other dimensions, no. I'm just gonna build something like on top of one of these mushrooms, I guess. Lilu June just resubbed the channel for 3 months in a row. Lilu, welcome back. Thank you for the 3 months of continued support. I do appreciate that. Thanks for using your Twitch Prime as well. Shoggoths climb like spiders, so I'm putting a little lip around the inside of this thing to prevent them from climbing up and out. That should be big enough for them to do some stuff here. So I think there has to be like 5 or 6 of those in order for them to like construct the monolith. Yeah, VODs are an acronym for video on demand. Pretty much ever like videos you watch on YouTube are technically VODs. Netflix, Hulu, whatever. Oh, they're oozing everywhere. Ooh, gross. Man, they are just breaking blocks. What the heck? Why do they break blocks like that? Alright, well there's enough of them in there, they should start constructing a monolith thing. If they don't, like, break out of my box. How long have I been streaming? Today we've been streaming for about an hour. Wow, those guys are just gonna wreck everything. Hello, Ruffle Stomp. Well, we need these guys to be together in like an area so they start constructing their monoliths. Will Obsidian keep them in? How close to each other do they need to be? I'm not entirely sure. There just needs to be like a certain amount of them in an area. There we go. The noises they make? Yeah, it's a little disturbing. I wonder if I replace that with the monolith stone, will they break that? Oh, they placed another spawner there too. That's interesting. Sweet. Patching all their holes with their own blocks. Oh, did it just break the, Is it breaking these blocks? I don't think it is. Am I on the server or single player world? We got a copy of the server and we are playing it in a single player environment now. There's a lot of Shoggoths in there. Up. So they're not constructing anymore. I wonder how long it takes for them to decide to construct another one. Do I have to like attack them? Oh, did they just break a piece of my armor? No, something made a sound though. There we go. Yeah, dang Shoggoths. Construct, build me more stuff, Shoggoths. Gosh. Jeez. There we go. And they constructed that out here, that's weird. They're so cute. I don't know about all that. I'm not so sure I agree with that. I'm not sure what's triggering them to make a new one. But it's like after I kill one, and another one spawns, then they do it, maybe? There's a biomass thing here, yeah. Yeah, that should fix that problem. Alright, so what else do we have in my inventory here I need to get rid of? So we got a decent amount of these statues. We might be pretty well good to go here. We do need these statues. That's why we're even doing this. So yeah, the Shoggoth ooze, when it turns into a full block, can turn into dirt like that, which is kind of cool, but eventually, just by them being there, they'll like build up and up and up and they'll be able to escape. So we can only let this go for so long, and we definitely can't chunk load it. Server issue fixed? No, we have copied the server to a local single player experience. Yeah, you only need one booster infinity card in this pack. That's a configuration option. Alright, I think we're good here. I'm just gonna go ahead and... I'll just leave him here, because this isn't chunk loaded, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Well, you can see it from like where we come in, so I'll be able to know where that is. Alright, let's get out of here. So we got a bunch of the monolith stone. I'm sure that'll be useful at some point in the future. I remember needing that for some reason. And then we need to build like... Isn't there like a pedestal? Ritual pedestal, ritual altar. There's like a charging pedestal or something. Alright, I gotta switch up that sword that's distracting me. Oh, the energy pedestal, that's what we're looking for. So energy pedestal. That is made with the monolith stone, corallium gem. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Now where to go over here? The blood moon is rising. So I believe we put that there, and then we just have to have like these guys nearby. Or they have to be up one block. No, I can't remember. Or is the energy pedestal the wrong one? Overworld energy pedestal. Oh no, I just saw, yeah, it's doing stuff now. Now doing this also has the possibility of spawning in monsters or things blowing up or whatever. I kind of feel like we might want to put that somewhere else. Jacoby just subscribed to the channel with Twitch Prime. Jacoby, welcome. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate that. Hello, T-Cabbies. Yeah, we could put it over on the slime island over there. We're on a blood moon right now. There's like 80 freaking slimes here. This gets ridiculous during Blood Moon. Yeah, they definitely don't feel as laggy here. Can't you torch up that island? I think the slime spawn regardless of light level. It might just make more sense for us to build our own platform somewhere that's not a slime island. But why level 86? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if we're close to it when it's going. So what? So 86, and then we are at 86 and 86. Okay. Let's build that over here somewhere. 4, 5, 6. I don't have enough cobble. That was... is it dent? Dent. All right. Yeah, if you take out the water, they'll stop spawning, but I don't really want to deal with all that nonsense right now. It's a blood moon, so too much stuff to deal with. Don't care. All right, let's grab this guy. Wait, how much? That's almost where we needed it to be. I forget if they have to be in cardinal directions or will they all work like that. So that one's working, but these aren't. I remember playing one mod pack. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was All the Mods Expert, where I started setting up like relays and stuff for all the power for this, so you could like transfer that power further away. I don't know. It's been a while since I last like really messed with this, so I don't remember how it all works. But it doesn't look like those two are doing anything. Maybe they're too close. I think it'd be like that. Was it Sevtech? It might have been. It's been a while. What mod is the sword from? Content Tweaker. It's a custom one. No, I'm pretty sure like you could put them offset a little bit, but they had to be like a certain distance away. I don't think you can put them too close or something. Maybe those are still too close. I don't know. Anyway, our book should be ready to go here. Let's go get this ritual going. Okay, so we have that. We need to go keep our book over here so it stays charged. Oh, does it have to be one air block of space between them? Okay, that might make sense then. Aha, that's what it is. I remember you could like raise them up as well and have like 2 layers of them. There we go. Okay. So now let's just start charging a little bit faster. Alright, so we have the transmutation gem, so that should allow us to look at doing the staff of rending now. Shadow gem. We haven't really been getting many of those. Okay. Mom, Hypno's performing satanic rituals again. Oh, we do need a few more statues. We don't have them all. So staff of rending. Isn't that the item that I just have right now? Or does it want me to have it charged? It doesn't say it needs to be charged. Why is that not working? Are there any in that extra mob farm chest? No, because they all go right here. Wow, that took forever for the staff of rending to come up. Does this have to be done in the overworld? I guess it probably does. I don't remember how that works. You believe I need to do it in the Abyssal? Defez, we ended up getting a copy of the server and I got rid of everybody else's loaded chunks and deleted all their stuff. So now it's just like our base in a single player environment. We tried recreating it, but then I was told that we can get the server files, and I was like, oh, great, well, I just wasted a bunch of time, but it's fine. It's fine. I wanted to waste that time. So yeah, we have no lost progress. We just lost a little bit of time. Yeah, why is there an Enderman there? We just lost a little bit of time yesterday trying to recreate this in a single player before I found out. Alright, so... Statues... I guess it needs us, or wants us to do more of that then. Because in order to get to this stuff over here, we have to have all the statues. So I guess we have to play with the Shoggoths a little bit more then. Yes, Hana Tank, you have been. You're absolutely correct. Rude! Maybe the Shoggoth Union is on strike? Unacceptable. Shoggoth, your butt is in my way. This is the server in a single player environment. So we have lost no progress. And we're playing it just like we always did. Like it's single player. So you guys don't think they'll break Obsidian? We could try constructing a new box for them. Did anybody come visit me? No. No, the server wasn't designed to be like friendly, like we're all playing together. Like it was literally to test how the server files work with people playing on the server. It still might happen, that's fine. We're gonna give this a test. We have Obsidian Seeds, so it's not like this is a big deal. I think I'll do the rest of them with the is it the monolith stone? Oh, hey, they built one right here. They construct another one, maybe? No, but they're doing it just in the corners, though, it seems like, yeah? Okay. And that is a lot of ooze and stuff in here. Goodness. All right, let's get rid of all the cobble. D-Rock just resubbed the channel for 2 months in a row. D-Rock, welcome back. Thank you for the 2 months. Do. Yeah, I think that's all the Shoggoth goop that was around. Okay, so let's try that. Now we need to make a few more of the Shoggoth ooze things. Biomass. Slime. We got a soul from a Shoggoth. That's kind of cool. Okay, so where's the center? Like right around here? Looks pretty close to center to me. Okay. So we tried this again. Hopefully this time it'll end up a little bit better. Maybe. Interesting how vein miner only works on Shoggoth groups of the same height. They must have different IDs. Maybe it only vein mines if it's got the same ID and metadata, similar to like the different layers of snow. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, that's what those green particles are. I can't fly in this dimension. I was trying to figure that out before. I was like, I saw those before, but I don't remember where they're from. It's because I'm not supposed to fly here. So now we have to look at all the stupid particles. Do those only spawn if I'm within a certain distance of them? Maybe that's a deal too. It does look a little bit larger than the last one, yep. All right, so is that 3 of them in there? Right. So I think there needs to be 5 or 6 in order for them to start like building. Is environmental tech in this pack? I think so, yeah. How long have I been playing? I think I might be able to see that. Wouldn't it be on one of these? My team? Oh, I guess I don't have the team here anymore. So I guess I can't see my playtime. Unless I can do teams join Hypno? Team join Hypno? I must leave my team to do that. That's one of the ones that we needed. So which ones are we missing now? We need the Jazzer statue and the Cthulhu statue. Was it the sign button? Oh, leaderboards. There you go, 64 hours. A full stack of hours. You want to know where they're getting the hammers? Don't worry about it. I wonder if there's a way. They don't seem to be destroying the obsidian, by the way. I wonder if there is a way for us to like prevent them from putting that goop everywhere. Like if we'd used an RF Tools force field, isn't there a way to like have it so it's anti-build or anti-grief or something? So we put the spawners, well, maybe that prevent them from building the statue, so maybe that wouldn't work. But I feel like there's some way to have it delete all the blocks in there. You think string would do it or slabs? Possibly. Did I use string in the mob farm? I did. Our dirt farm's working well. I wonder why they're not hostile to me while I'm in here. Could you put an RF Tools force field under it that flickers, deleting the slime each flicker? I mean, maybe? I'm not sure. Teacup, I don't know. What on earth are you looking at right now? You never see the mods. What mod are they from? They're from Abyssalcraft. They're oozing everywhere. It's getting it's all over. Ugh. Oh, my shovel broke. Oh no, that queued it on the ground. So is there just too many in here? They're not doing anything? Should I kill one? I might kill one. You're dead. So as soon as I kill one, they produce one of these things? That's interesting. Let us kill another. So they constructed that, and that did replace the obsidian, but they are not breaking the obsidian. Why is that one on fire? I think it's set on fire. That's weird. Why do they keep wanting to go up into that corner? That's also weird. Aha. It's so quiet right now. You guys made me ink. So there needs to be 6 and only 6 in order for them to do the thing? Oh, maybe it was it my sword that? Oh, when they touch me, they get some fire. Maybe there's something in my armor that does that. I don't know. Get out of here! Get out of here! Does my armor have some kind of like set mobs on fire thing? I'm not sure. You think it's my jetpack that's setting them on fire? Oh, that might be. That would make sense. Don't mind me, just clean up after the Shoggoths. They're like animals or something. Alright, so I see there's some baby ones in there. I don't know if the baby ones count for them building a statue. As soon as I get rid of the baby ones, they build a statue. That's really weird. And that builds another one. Did I try vector plates to prevent the ooze? I did not, no. I'm not sure. They seem to always want to be all up in my business too. This guy needs to get out of here. Nobody likes you, guy. Stop it. So are we just missing the Cthulhu statue? No, we're missing the Jazar statue. Just that one. There we go. Don't need that one. Am I able to craft the statues? I don't think you can. Although, to be fair, I have not looked in this mod pack, if that's a thing. Oh, well, it looks like you can, but we need special things to do it. So what's the last one that we're missing? So we need Eldritch Scales, which I don't think we have access to yet. We don't have access to this yet. Yeah, it's only after you get like to end game Abyssalcraft can you do that. You need 20,000 PE, which is at least the Dreadlands Necronomicon deep into it. Hello, Prof Bob. Hello, number 7. What is that armor breaking sound? That's really weird. Anonymous just gave Prof Bob a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Anon. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Prof Bob. I guess we could try some things, like putting down string or redstone. Wouldn't hurt to try it, I suppose. Oh no, I just vein mined the entire thing of string. Non gave Jurtu's a tier 1 sub, and Non, thank you for the sub. So this is something we need to do before, you know, I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of these spawners. We're gonna redo all this. If we can do it without the ooze, it's gonna make things so much easier. Ninja says, "Hey Hypno, I've been watching streams on YouTube and finally caught up. Nice, finally have a stream to say hello. You're my favorite Minecraft MODPACK YouTuber. Awesome. Glad you've been enjoying the YouTube content and welcome. Thanks for stopping by the live stream." And we gotta clean up after all of these Shoggoths. Goodness, this is disgusting. Ooh, they Shoggoth gooed everywhere. Do 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 do. Are Shoggoths wootable? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, would you want anything from woot with them? So I don't think you'd get statues from that, if that's what you're trying to get at. Can I use this? You can't do that. It's unfortunate. These are really hard to see. Ninja Hem just just subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate your support. Coming over here from YouTube, saying nice things, subscribing to the channel. What did I do to deserve that? My goodness. String is a pain to place, yeah. There we go. So now we should have string everywhere. So now we need to make more of the Shoggoth these. So we need to make more slime blocks. Okay. Guess this is like close enough to center. Well, that was a fail. Just gonna go with 8 of them then. Anon gave Teacup of the Wild a tier 1 sub. Anon, thank you for the gifted sub. I do appreciate that. What's the vanilla use for placing string? You only ever play modded. Vanilla, you can use it between trip wires, right? For detecting entities walking on it or whatever. MLDEG just reset the channel for 15 months in a row. Thank you so much for the 15 months of support. I did get a chance to stop by your stream a few days ago. I didn't understand anything. I only speak English, so I do appreciate that you're stopping by here. Oh, hey, look at that. Did I miss a string in the corner there? The sub noise is really loud. Yes, it is. You know what else is really loud? My voice! So if you adjust your volume to the volume of my voice, then the sub alert won't be that loud. Yeah, it's because you're a French guy. I kind of got that a little bit. What am I doing right now? Right now, I'm sitting in my office live streaming on Twitch TV to hundreds of viewers across the world. That's what I'm doing right now. So did I miss more string, or are they deleting the string? They're deleting my string. So while it kind of helps out for a little bit, it's not perfect. But we're all bots, Kappa. How you doing, Solist? MLDG is a French streamer as part of the Holy Cube community. It's like Hermitcraft, but a French community. I see. Yeah, I can't use a server reboot as a reminder to take a break. Maybe carpet will work? Well, I feel like if they're deleting string, they're going to delete carpet as well. Can a digital miner builder declare the ooze? I mean, that's an idea, but I don't think we have access to RF tools yet. We haven't done any RF tool stuff. I don't think the digital miner will mine that. Digital miner, I believe, mines ores only. No server reboot anymore? We're not on a server. We are single player with a server world download. You can always just schedule a task on your computer to shut down Minecraft at 2 p.m. every day, Kappa. Could do that. Could do that. So you guys not gonna build me a statue? Build me a statue. Build a statue. Do it. Do it. Build a statue. They don't want to do it. Yeah, in this channel it is English only because I don't understand other languages. If you want to talk in a specific language, feel free to PM somebody. But in the public chat, please English. Why do I want them to build a statue? We need to collect all these different statue things. So we're missing this one right here. We've gotten all these other ones. So when there's enough of them together, they erect a monolith, and at the top of the monolith has these statues, right? These are used to like power up your Abyssalcraft books. They give you the PE, potential energy? I don't know, whatever. But anyway, we need these guys to construct the monoliths that has the statues on top so we can complete that quest. You feel like it worked better with no string? I'm not gonna deny it. I mean, it's keeping the area mostly clean. That's not completely true, Hypno. You speak sarcasm fluently. I don't know what you're talking about. Sir, I take offense to that. It'd be interesting to set up an automated system, keep the Shoggoth numbers at 6 at all times. A little pointless, but could be fun trying. Is that the deal? Like, if it's, is there needs to be only 6? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them. Build a statue. They're not doing it. Guys, they're not doing it. Did I just assume your gender in 2019? Yeah. I mean, it's better than assuming it in 2018, right? So we're fine. It's all good. They need ooze to build, you think? Well, we can try getting rid of it and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ow! Rude! It's kind of weird how there's only like one of them that ever aggroes me. Oh, maybe I have to look away. Maybe they can't do it when I'm looking directly at them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do they all keep wanting to go to that corner? What's so special about it? You missed. You dummy. You missed. Lol, nice shot. Didn't it say 5 in the quest book? It doesn't say a certain number, no. Snap! Ninja coming in with 100 bits, a gift for an amazing streamer and YouTuber. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. I do appreciate that. Well, now there's only 5. Do 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 do. I could take a break, and by the time I come back, I might have a beautiful statue. So there's 5 of them right now. Now there's 6. I like the fact that they're all clustered together. Now that they're all in that little space, maybe they'll build me the statue of their people. No, they're just gonna climb over each other. That's fine, guys. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing weird about that. They're mating? Gross. Ow! They're mating and we're watching them do it. If 6 or more are within 32 blocks of each other, one is prone to rise a monolith out of the ooze. So it's not 6 or less, 6 or more. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go hang out up here. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go on break. They're gonna make the monolith, and they're all gonna climb up it and get all over the Twilight. And it's gonna be ooze everywhere. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a quick break. Give me 2 or 3 minutes. Be right back. Burp. Yo, I'm back. And I didn't construct a monolith. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What are you guys doing? That's disgusting. Stop it. Disgusting. It's everywhere. This my dirt farm is what this is. How many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? If Shoggoth has built one, they won't build the same one. Won't build another. I mean, we can just delete all these guys. Let's get rid of them and try again. Start over fresh. The monolith isn't created instantly, but Shoggoths will attempt to create one if there isn't. When there's enough of them around, one will attempt to build every 90 seconds, and the timer for that resets after those 90 seconds, meaning the conditions aren't correct, there won't be a monolith, and it'll start over again, huh? Was the bits thing broken? I don't think it's broken. What? Did I just delete my ability bottle? That would be a shame if I did. Normally I keep that in my ender pouch. So there's 6 of them. Is it Aussie or O'Shea? O'Shea? I don't know. Thank you for the bits, the shamrocks. Oh, there's a babby one. Shamrock hype. I'm glad they kept the shamrock bits. Those are nice looking ones. $5,000 wolves with 50 bits. I was hoping for an opportunity to sploosh. Thank you for the bits. So now why won't they construct the monolith? These are brand new Shoggoths. DL Swimmer with 500 bits. Dude, did I hear a sploosh? Thank you for the 500 bits. So why do they know construct a thing now? Not the one we needed. That's very interesting that they decided to do. It's interesting that they just built 3 of them like that quickly. Yeah, if mods want to get rid of the trash, that'd be appreciated, mods. So what is it about this that gets them to do the thing? Do they need clear space on the floor for those monoliths to spawn? I don't think so, because they can like build it out of their own ooze. Why are they all going to that corner? What the heck? That's the one we needed right there, boys. We're done. They like the corner, apparently. Apparently. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to break this thing, and he's all up in my business. Over here. There's gotta be another spawner around. Oh, there's 2 of them right here, wasn't there? There it is. I think that's the last of the spawners. Oh no, I gotta get rid of him before it does ooze everywhere. Okay, we're good. All right. Have you used the everlasting mod yet? What's the everlasting mod? You talking about the everlasting abilities? Because we have like the bone mealer effect on us. We had the creative flight effect. We're using a jetpack in the Twilight because it says a mysterious energy saps your wings or snaps your wings shut. So we can't like fly here. But yeah, we've been using the everlasting abilities mod for a long time. All right. That thing, oh, you know what? We didn't have this thing chunk loaded, huh? Well, the important part's in a chunk, so we can just do that. So now that thing should run all the time. Now we can grab the other statues. Does that work if they're like that, or is that too close? I'm not sure. That one's sending. Is this one sending? Yep, those are still sending. Okay, so they can be diagonal of each other. Okay, cool. And then beyond that, we have to put them up like one block higher on like a pedestal or whatever for them to work, to get more of them going. How many more statues do we have? So 7 of them? I don't think it's the ritual pedestals. Or did they even have to be on a pedestal? I don't remember. I felt like that had to be on something. Oh, the monolith stone pillar maybe? Maybe that's what... Whoa. That FOV. That's it. So are all those working now? Yeah, those are working too. That's pretty good. You never knew that was a thing in the Twilight now? Yeah, you can't do creative flight in the Twilight for whatever reason. So that's why we had the jetpack. Whoops. Okay, so we have that set up. So what was the next thing that we needed to do? Oh, we got this done. And then it also completed this one, obtaining potential energy. Yep. So now we need ritual charms. Range, duration, and power. So we have to make 3 of these. Okay, so that's easy enough. Shadow fragment. See, actually, I guess that's going to be a kind of a problem. We need to get to the abyssal area where the shadow monsters are. Do you know if there will be an open beta, or is it not for you to say? There probably won't be. Like, once we're done beta testing it, then the pack will most likely be released once they feel it's ready. So how's this doing now? Oh, that's full. Okay. And those charge up that pedestal, even though the book's not on it. Okay. So we need to get to the Shadowlands. I don't remember how to do that. The overworld progression. In order to reach the Abyssal Wasteland, one must craft a gateway key, which requires one to travel to the nether. Okay, so gateway key. This. So we need 2 Corellian Pearls and Oblivion Catalyst. So we need 4 of the Oblivion Shards. So how do we get these Shadow Gems? Loot bags. Loot bags, of course. Okay. Loot bags. This one. We are getting from the mob farm, but very, very, very slowly. Like, all the ones that we've gotten from the mob farm are just about gone. So it doesn't say what % chance we get them, but it says that you can get them from like all of them. Maybe it'd be better doing the legendary since it has or maybe the artifact, less other crap. Let's grab ourselves storage crate. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work on this. I need a chest. Keep forgetting. Translocators. Then we need glowstone. Okay. So we only got 3 of those from an inventory full. Let's keep going here. Staff of traveling, I forgot about that. Enhance atomic enhanced capacitor. Nice crushed, nice atomic. What's the atomic one then? Oh, is the atomic for the reactor maybe? Simple, hot, nice, hungry, nice, crushed. Do we have Ender IO machines set up already? So that's 150. If we put this one in here, it's less, but is that... It'd be nice if it actually said somewhere like how fast it goes or what the efficiency is or any of that stuff. I guess this capacitor just isn't that good. Alright. So we got some shulkers. Impossibly hard wheat sticks. Keep going here. Atomic is general all machines modifier. Are you sure? Maybe it is. I kind of want to get a pair of these boots that don't have the frickin' jump on them. Capacitor dud, so that one's garbage. Premium hiding wonder capacitor, so that's good for the painting machine. Planting capacitor dud. Okay, so we don't want that one either. I didn't see it's a dud before. Let's see this crap. Simple tight capacitor, so that's slice and splice. Oh no, that's soul binder. And enhance atomic wonder capacitor. Dud. Okay. So we have 14 of these things now. I think we're pretty good. What does direct do? I don't know what direct does. Don't the witch hats have shaped recipes for stuff? They do. Yeah, that's why I kept them over here. We have a drawer specifically for those, which I guess that needs upgrades for. Haven't really messed with that too much yet, so I'm not gonna bother with it right now. We got what we were looking for. So we had to make the Corallium Pearl. Actually, I think we had some, right? No, we don't have any more of those. So 2 of those with stone wrapped around them. Oh yeah, you can in fact fortune those. Okay, so we just needed 2 of those. And then this guy. So we need 4 of the transmutation gems. Did we use that Shard of Oblivion for something else? We must have used it for something. Okay, so we need 4 transmutation gems. So we need 4 Corallium Pearls. 8 diamonds, 8 pearls. And what's the other? I don't remember now. Please. 16, perfect. Now the thing I don't remember, can you put like 4 of these on there? No. Oops. Isn't the transmutation gem multi-used? Actually, you know what? You might be right. You might be right. It does say 1 out of 10 on it, doesn't it? You are most likely right. Let's try crafting with that. That seems vaguely familiar. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm a dummy. That's fine. We're all used to it. I thought we had enough of those. I guess not. We need to open up a few more bags. Lingo just resubbed the channel for 10 months in a row. Lingo, welcome back. Thank you for the 10 months of support. Let's go try this again. Lingo with 500 bits. Thank you so much for the 500 bits on top of the resub. Dang. Did we not get any? We got 3 of them, so that should be all we need. Okay, so that's those guys. 4 of those. We need 4 redstone and an Eye of Ender. And then we have to have our Necronomicon fully powered up, so we need to go put this over here. I'll let this go for a second while we do this stuff. There's an Eye of Ender. And it was 4 redstone, I think. All right, is that thing filled up? Yes. Location anywhere. We have 4 shards of oblivion, 4 redstone, and an Eye of Ender. Sacrifice required. Okay. Can we do it with the these shulkers maybe? Doesn't seem to want to work. So I guess we can go grab one of these cows that were over here. Ooh, we got a bunch more cows. Steam. Water cow, that's a useful one. Oh, I took the eye of... What happened? Oh, I'm at the wrong spot. I was like, what happened to my eye of Ender? You're dead. Wrong place? Oh, yeah. Oh, so I just have to have the cow there and it kills the cow. Okay. Liquid caramel? Alright, let's get this team. I think that's the next least useful one. I said I was going to sacrifice it, but I stole the cow back so I couldn't sacrifice it. So you don't actually have to murder your animals. I wanted to see what happened if I like picked that up midway, if it'd cancel or not. Then we need 2 pearls. And 2 blase rod. And there we go. We have a gateway key. What a shame. You wanted to see the cow die? I outsmart the dark gods. Now the cow has to live with the knowledge that I think he's useless. Well, yeah, but you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. So it says use this on the ground to create a portal. I don't remember what happened. Oh boy. It says infinite uses. Well, since I know it's this now, because I couldn't remember. Dude. Free EMC farm? Let's go. Free EMC. Free. Oh my goodness, guys. Think of all the EMC we just generated right there for free. So anyway, let's go put it under here. Since it is just like a regular portal. How about right? Yeah. That seems good. I can get on with that. What's in here? Stuff! Unauthorized removal is unauthorized. Simple crush, simple atomic capacitor. Insatiable enhanced capacitor. Isn't there something underneath this block right here? What's down here? Another chest. This is made of a abyssal stone brick. Bleh. 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 Totem of Undyings. So much crap. Got an evoker trophy. We got a thing. So put that in here. So those can be deleted. I don't care about them. You love the sound effects? He's like, bleh. I find it amusing. Actually. I forgot about these chain things. Were there anything on the top of them? Abyssal stone. Wasn't that something that I needed? I seem to recall that was needed for something. Sir, are you compensating for something? Oh, I forgot they're Durgans. Don't those only come around like if you're flying? What is this guy? Skeleton Goliath, huh? Liquid Corallium. So we need to find the shadow creatures. Stop that. It's pretty rude. All right, let me go hang out here for a second. We got a Vex Soul. What is this guy doing? Oh, do those things just take damage after time? Maybe that's what the deal is. I'll give you all the super useful drops. Unless there's Shoggoths. Ooh, there's chance cubes here. So here's a Shoggoth lair. But seriously, aren't we supposed to be finding like the shadow monsters here? Isn't that the point of coming to this dimension? Or is it just like the liquid corallium and the abyssal stone? Abyssal Corallium ore. Okay. Yeah, I know in here, in this dimension, like you have to be in the dimension to craft something. I think you need the, I think you need that abyssal stone to create the next ritual altar. Maybe that's what it is. Let's do cobble. Okay, so in the center, I think we need the stone. Is it abyssal cobblestone? So yeah, I think we have to do something like that and then click it with the book, but I think we might need the next tier book in order to do that. So the uses for this one, we can do Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland, which requires us to get Wasteland Essence. Ah, the Staff of Rending, that's what it is. Okay. I'm gonna like leave that area and then come back just to kind of despawn all the mobs. Yeah, I was clicking with the staff. It wasn't doing anything. I think I need to do that in the overworld first. And does it have to be hostile creatures? Let's take a look at the book. Rituals, maybe? Information. Special materials. Charm Feather, I normally don't pay attention to cheers that are less than 100 bits. Those don't produce a louder sound. So yes, it is possible that if you cheer with like 1 bit, I'm not gonna notice it, or you know, whatever. That's just the way it is. Not that I don't appreciate it, it's just we've had people come in here in the past, cheer 1 bit, and then expect me to read their message every single time. So all the chat is just spammed with 1 bit. So I can't do anything but read people's messages, and it just is silly. I don't think it's a spell book. Somewhere in here, it's gonna have information about the wand, right? Anyone else miss Rare the parrot? Rare has a special place in our hearts. Forbidden knowledge, Abyssalcraft. Progression. The staff of rending is needed in order to obtain these essences to use to craft those. But I have the staff of staff of rending. Does it have more information? Like if I look for uses on this? Yeah, it says I've collected no energy. So do I have to use that specifically on shadow monsters? Dreadlands energy. I don't know why that wasn't working. Let's go back and try again. I don't know if it has to be like the abyssal monsters. That's exactly what it is. It has to be these. It can't be the vanilla ones. Oh, did my game just crash? That's a problem. Oh, the game crashed. Is that what happened? The game crashed. No pointer exception ticking entity. Monster entity illusion illager. Yeah. So the illager caused the crash. We're playing single player. What a beautiful, clean desktop. Nice to see someone who doesn't clutter the entire thing with icons. Yeah, I think I might even have 1 or 2 icons on the desktop, and I don't prefer having that many on there. So you're telling me it's caused by an illager? Bad illager, go to your corner. Well, hopefully that won't be a recurring issue. It's kind of annoying that it's the illagers that cause the problem. They appear in like pretty much every dimension now. I think it's because of the spawn rate of the vanilla mobs. Yeah, I don't know what's causing them to be like everywhere. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. That's all we can hope for. All right, let's see if I can beat the AI. We're down 4 points. I feel like we can do this, guys. I feel like we'll be able to win. Oh, he's got this one. What a tricky AI. I'm losing. I know. I know. Aha. Aha. No, he barely got it. Where's the Pong score? Well, you can see there's one over this way. At the bottom, over there, it says AI. There's one behind me, too. Player 1. Haha! Haha! Ha ha! Haha. Haha. This one's gonna be easy. I got this one. Easy. Easy. Might be able to get this one too. So it's 5-4 right now. I let the AI get the lead. Now I'm taking the lead back. He's gonna block this one. The font's so small I thought it was the top of cut off letters. Oh. I'm not sure if he's gonna get this one. Yeah, I think he's gonna get it. He's gonna block that one too. In all the mods, they changed the config for the mobs in each realm. For example, the Twilight mod. Meaning they change which mobs can spawn where? Haha! It's 5 up now. 5 all? I don't know. How do you say that? Oh, is that the win shot right there? No. He's got it. He's got it. Did I just assume the AI's gender in 2019? Oh my god, triggered! Haha. Got him. Can you increase the speed of the ball, like do a quick motion when bouncing it back? I don't think you can. I won! If you're going for tennis scoring, it'd be a deuce regardless of score as far as you know. Well, I mean, is Pong considered tennis? I mean, sure, it's loosely based on that, I guess. It's so intensive, you can't handle it. I'm just gonna like get away from those guys. They crashed me before. I don't want them to crash me again. You. The giant sword, you love it. Wait a second, am I doing that wrong? Why don't I have any Dreadlands energy or Shadow energy? Does it actually have to be the Shadow monsters? Well, the thing is, we're not getting any energy. Oh, Abyssal Wasteland energy. I didn't read the top tooltip. Okay, so we are doing that right. I wonder if this is the way they intended this to work, because this is just getting, it's like annoying is what it is. So we got one Wasteland Essence. Stop it. Okay. Like, how far away do I have to get away from those evokers before they stop, like, sending these guys after me? I don't know. And then the little Vex guys, like, have the sword spam. Goodness. Who is shooting? Is it you? Stop it. Okay. I just want to get this done. I don't want to mess with these other mobs. Yeah, I think probably an auto spawner is going to make the most sense here. I don't know if you can use the wand of rending outside of this dimension. Day 744 is not a bug. This was on a server, so the time is correct. But we're now on single player. Hey, he's not moving. I like that. Ah. How many of those do I need? I'm not exactly sure. I think there was like, it was either 2 or 4. I just figured since we're here, we might as well just get it done. Or actually, it might have been 8 of them. So, Corellian Plague flesh around one of those makes a skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. And we need 8 of those to wrap around Necronomicon to do that. So we need a total of 8 of these things. Don't suppose looting works on the rendering? No. You wonder if it's supposed to have that much range? It did before when I've used it in other packs. I guess if I just fly up here, we can just deal with the dragons and not have to deal with the other mobs aggroing. If I remember right, the higher tiers of the Staff of Rending gives you more points per thing. So like as you progress, it gets faster and faster, but it's still kind of annoying. adorable that that dragon tried to do something. Does anyone a dying light the following edition they are selling? Is that English? Hello, Mart. Yeah, almost there. This is one of the really annoying progression things about Abyssalcraft. Just seems like they made this take exceptionally long for not a lot of reason. Aren't those also used in a later recipe? Possibly, but I think the higher tier staff, like, you can get the things faster. So once we make for the next tier of staff are renting, I think it gets 2 points instead of 1 point per. So at 99, I do that and we get 100. Yeah, I think they go up by 1 point or double each time. I can't remember. The Trucker Moto just resubbed the channel for 7 months in a row. Trucker Moto, welcome back. Thank you for the 7 months of support. When am I gonna upload an episode of Enigmatica? Well, probably today. Probably today, I would say. Yeah, I'm gonna go with today. I feel like you guys deserve an episode. It's up to 7, and we have 71 power for the next one. So we're almost there, almost. Yeah, Staff of Rending is not a very interesting item. So there we go. Let's get out of here. Actually, basically, let's clear out the inventory real quick. Bronze hammer. I don't want no string of bronze hammer. Okay. Everything else back in the system. Oh, that should have been thrown away. Okay, so now that we have that, we can do Necro Omnom Nomicon. So that requires a Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland, which is this. 8 of them. Omicron. So we did this one, we did this one. We're in the process of making the ritual charm, sacrificial altar. Did we have to make a sacrificial altar? I guess we were supposed to. Did Hypno just have a seizure? Yes, I just had a seizure. Overworld altars. Overworld energy pedestal. Did it not? Oh, we never made the energy pedestal, did we? Overworld sacrificial altar. We gotta do more crafting. So there's no quests for upgrade. Oh, right here. Okay. Okay. I was kind of making sure before we did this that there wasn't like some of the quests we were supposed to do. Okay, so now that we have this, we should be able to activate this one over here, but we gotta charge up our book. No, we can't do that? Alright, well, let's go back to the overworld and then figure out what we need to do. Hi, bye. So that's just an energy pedestal. We're supposed to make an overworld energy pedestal? So darkstone cobblestone. Oh, okay. Okay. Why did none of that stuff shift click in there? We don't have corallium brick? Corallium stone? Oh, okay. Didn't I mine a whole bunch of that stuff? I guess I didn't. We need to go back. Can you imagine doing all that with rubber banding going on? Oh my goodness. It would just be absolutely a nightmare. Is it these? So uses of that, we can smelt it into stone, which then further gets smelted. Okay, so that's what we need. Yeah, I knew there was something that I was supposed to get that had to do with those chains, and I mined the wrong part. All right. So now we need this corallium stone smelted once again. All right, Esty, we'll see you later. Have a good sleep. All right, so now we have the corallium brick. So we have this, we have that, we should have buckets. Now we need block refined corallium. Refined corallium. Oh. Oh, really? And that's so much. Bum, bum, bum. So it's 8 of those wrapped around. That makes 1 refined corallium ingot. Around abyssal stone. Can I play Fortnite? No. Can you go watch somebody who plays Fortnite? Because I bet you can. So that's 1 of those. Oh my goodness. So let's set up a crafting recipe for this because it's just going to be too much. So that makes that. Then we need a crafting recipe for. Okay. Is it max time? Chunk of corallium. So we need like 17 more of these things. So we're only missing 5? Really? All right. So we needed 7, we'll do 16. We'll just get those all crafted up. Oh, each one makes 2 ingots? Oh, they do. Okay, we're good. We're more than good. Well, now we don't have any more corallium because I decided to make all of those up. So we'll just spend a little bit of time here. We'll just mine some. It's not a big deal. But yes, good catch. I did not see that. Hey guys, let's stop talking about other streamers in the chat, please. If you want to have discussions like that, take it to private messages, but I don't want to see that in the chat. How do you set a waypoint away from your current location? If you hit J, bring up your map. Down here, well, I guess it's kind of hard to see with me there. Down here, it gives you all the keys. In fact, it's probably going to be impossible for you guys to read that on your screen. But anyway, it's this one right here. It says B, create waypoint at cursor. I believe all of those options are changeable, so it might not be B, but I can put my cursor anywhere, press B, and I'll fill it in with the coordinates for me. that's a decent amount of that stuff. Am I enjoying this pack so far? Yeah, I'm enjoying this pack. I was not enjoying it as much when it was on the server and everything was constantly laggy, and then especially yesterday's live stream when we kept getting rubber banded all the time. That was like super annoying. But the pack itself is good. Does a Twilight reset, you mean the position of teleport, is it in other places than it was before? So when you warp from the overworld to the Twilight, it keeps your XY position. If you warp from the overworld to the Nether, it keeps your XY position divided by 8. So it should all be relatively the same. Do I know when the pack is going to be public? After it's done being tested. And then after it gets released, it'll be public. Does a pack have gated progression? I don't think there's gated progression, no. The pack does have things, if you haven't seen this, like the creative chest. There's an item that you can create in the normal version of the mod pack. This isn't Titan or Kappa mode or whatever they're gonna call them. So like Chaos Plank requires Chaos Ingots and Soul Crystals and all sorts of other Infinity Barrels. And the Chaos Ingot is Infinity Dust and like Chaotic Cores and Infinity Ingots. So it's got all like the crazy recipes in there. But how crazy are these? I don't know. I would like to try and get through all this stuff. Ultimate Singularities, all the Singularities. 9,001 Manual Ingots. That's over 9,000! What's a creative chest do? You put an item in, and you can pull out as many of that item as you want. So yeah, this pack does have like those crazy recipes, but it's not like super difficult to get there yet. Because this doesn't have like the hard mode recipes in it. That's only 1,000 manual and blocks. Wasn't it, weren't the singularities like blocks? Oh, that is only that's only 9,001 ingots. Oh, I thought these are blocks. Every pack I played that has the singularity in it previously has done blocks, not ingots. Okay. Yeah, pretty much like the creative vending upgrade for barrels, exactly. Yep. No, these are not the hard mode recipes. They kind of throw those in there as kind of like a bonus, really, right? Because it, like the base version of the mod pack is supposed to have like the Project Ozone feel to it, but it's not supposed to be super difficult. And it seems like mostly expert packs have the ability for you to finally get to the point where you can make creative items. Can I turn off? There we go. So I'm just happy it's even in this pack that you can do that kind of stuff. It gives you something to work towards. Alright. Kappa mode will be insane? I hope so. So we're still trying to make this guy here, the transmutator. So we need 2 of those. Really? Why did the bucket not fill in there? And then we also need the transmutation gem. Does it need a full one? Can I combine these to repair them? Okay, so we have to make a new transmutation gem apparently. So 2 diamond, 4 blaze, 2 ender pearl. And then it's an Eye of Ender in the center, right? No, pearl. Dang Shoggoths. Yeah. Normally requires a bucket of liquid corallium. Oh, in the recipe? Maybe that's why that's not working. Yeah, it just says a bucket Minecraft Forge. I don't know. But you might be right. Maybe that's the problem, that it's supposed to be a bucket of corallium, because that seems reasonable to me. All right, let's go back and get a bucket of liquid corallium. Actually, we're gonna need a couple of buckets because of reasons. How am I finding in Enigmatica? You were holding off because of the many updates it gets? Well, so far so good. I mean, I do see that it's updated a lot, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's weird. Okay, well there we go. So I guess I didn't need to make that. It was just the corallium bucket is what it was. All right, and we got the transmutator done, which means we have this other stuff ready to go for next time. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today while we play some Project Ozone 3. For those of you who are new, our streaming schedule is Monday through Friday, starting at noon Eastern, and we go for about 4 hours now. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notified when I do go live. Guys, thanks so much for all the support today. I do appreciate it. But yeah, that's it for me for today. We're gonna go and see if there is somebody who I can send the old Twitch host to. Be a good Twitch neighbor. Who we got? Who do we got? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and send people over to Jester again. We saw him yesterday. He's also playing Project Ozone 3. He's part of the beta team. So if you haven't checked out Jester, I would recommend it. But that's it for me for today. Thanks for being awesome. Again, appreciate all your support. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. So we'll see you then. Till then, bye-bye, guys.